Stop scrolling, because what happens next will stay in your heart for a long time. That's how this story begins. And if you stay till the end, you'll understand why this moment changed a father's life forever. If you feel the emotions along the way, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Stories like these are made just for people like you. It was a rainy Monday evening when Daniel Brooks, a single father, rushed into his 8-year-old son's room. "Ethan? Buddy? What's wrong?" he asked, seeing his little boy curled up in bed, pale and sweating. Ethan tried to speak, but the pain in his stomach tightened his small body. Daniel's heart hammered. He had seen his son sick before, but never like this. In just minutes, he scooped Ethan into his arms, grabbed the truck keys, and drove through the storm to St. Mary's Hospital, his hands trembling the entire time. Inside the emergency room, everything felt like a blur. Nurses rushing, voices echoing, machines beeping. Daniel kept whispering, "You're gonna be all right, Ethan. Daddy's here." But inside, fear ate at him. Being a single father meant he carried the world alone. Since Ethan's mother left 3 years ago, every responsibility, every worry, every tear was his to hold. At a young nurse approached. "Sir, his condition looks serious. The on-call surgeon will be here any moment." Daniel swallowed hard. Surgeon? Serious? His knees nearly gave out. He signed the forms with shaking hands, praying under his breath. When the double doors swung open, Daniel glanced up and froze. The doctor walking toward him was the last person he ever expected to see. Dr. Olivia Carter. The woman he once loved. The woman he planned a future with. The woman he lost. She looked exactly the same, calm eyes, steady presence. But he could see in her expression the shock that mirrored his own. For a brief second, the chaos around them disappeared, and it was just two people, standing face to face with years of unspoken words between them. "Daniel?" she whispered, barely audible. That he nodded, unsure whether to feel relieved or terrified. But her attention quickly shifted to Ethan. "Let me examine him," she said, slipping back into her professional focus. Daniel followed her to the examination room, his heart pounding not just with fear for Ethan, but with memories he had buried long ago. Olivia gently checked Ethan, her hand steady as she asked Daniel questions about his symptoms. When she looked up again, her voice was serious. "He may have acute appendicitis. We need to prepare him for surgery immediately." Daniel felt the world collapse. "Surgery? Will he be okay?" "I'll do everything I can," Olivia assured him, placing a gentle hand on his arm for the first time in years. "I promise." Those words hit him hard. She had once promised him a future. Now she was promising to save the person who meant everything to him. As Ethan was taken to the operating room, Daniel waited in the hallway, replaying every moment of his past with Olivia. They had been inseparable once. College sweethearts, dreamers, talking about marriage and kids. But life had taken them down different paths. Olivia earned a scholarship abroad. Daniel stayed behind due to family responsibilities. Distance turned phone calls into silence. Eventually, the silence became permanent. He never hated her, but he had tried hard to forget her. Hours passed like days. Every minute, Daniel stared at the surgery doors, praying, hoping, remembering. When Olivia finally stepped out, he rushed to her. "He's stable," she said with a tired smile. "The surgery went well. His appendix was about to rupture. We got to him just in time." Daniel exhaled a breath he didn't know he'd been holding. Emotion crashed into him so suddenly that tears filled his eyes. "Thank you, Olivia. Thank you." Her expression softened. "You raised a brave boy." There was a pause, heavy, emotional, honest. "How have you been, Daniel?" she finally asked. He sat beside her in the quiet hallway. "Trying," he said, voice low. "Being a single father isn't easy." She nodded slowly. "I heard a little about what happened." Daniel looked down. "I wasn't the perfect husband, but I was the best father I could be. I still am." Olivia watched him, her eyes full of something she wasn't sure she had permission to feel anymore. "You've changed," she whispered. "So have you." The hospital lights flickered softly as they talked. really talked, for the first time in years, about life, about choices, about the things that hurt and the things that healed. When Ethan woke up the next morning, the first face he saw was his father's. The second was Olivia's warm smile. "Are you my doctor?" Ethan asked sleepily. "Yes," she laughed softly. "And you, young man, gave us quite a scare." Ethan later whispered to his dad. "She seems nice. She makes you smile." Daniel flushed, embarrassed. But Olivia had heard. Over the next few days, as Ethan recovered, Daniel and Olivia found themselves falling into old rhythms. Easy laughter, long conversations, comfortable silences. The years apart hadn't erased their connection. If anything, it made it clearer. One evening, as Daniel prepared to take Ethan home, Olivia met them at the elevator. "Daniel," she said softly, "I'm glad fate brought us back together." He smiled, a real smile. "Me too." She hesitated, then finally asked, "Would you like to keep in touch?" Daniel looked at Ethan, then back at her. The answer felt natural. "Yes, I'd like that." The elevator bell chimed. Daniel took Ethan's hand. As the doors closed, their eyes met one more time, hope lingering between them. Driving home, Ethan asked, "Dad, do you like her?" Daniel paused. "Yeah, buddy. I guess." "Ido." Ethan grinned. "I think she likes you too." Maybe he was right. Maybe second chances come when we least expect them. Maybe life brings the right people back exactly when we need them most. If this story touched your heart, even a little, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Because somewhere out there, someone is waiting for their second chance too. And maybe their story begins today.